Well, hello, we are back with another video, and today we are actually going to be finally swapping out this TRD off-road grill. I got a TRD Pro grill. It's not a real TRD Pro grill. I got it from Lexland. So they sent us their Tacoma grill. We're gonna swap it out. It's gonna take a little bit of work. You do have to remove a lot of the this whole front bumper comes off, and you have to unscrew a bunch of stuff. But I got everything already set up. I got gonna do the wiring, gonna do the Raptor lights, gonna do the light bar, and then also I have another update that so right now you guys are on my Sony A3, but now we're gonna be filming on this thing. This is my new DJI Action 5 Pro. Got it right before the Action 6s came out, so the Action 6s are out now. But yeah, I took it on a snowboard trip and it was great. So I'm gonna try to shoot some videos with this, make it a little more portable. But yeah, let me switch over to this camera and then we'll get started. And here's the Action 5 Pro. Yep, got it set up. So I can do handheld shots like this, or I can turn it around. It does have a front screen, which makes recording selfie videos like this really easy. And so I can show you guys everything that's going on. The truck's a little dirty, but let's go ahead and take a look at the grill. So the grill, just like the TRD Pro. Is it TRD Pro, the Raptor lights? I need to look that up. There'll be a caption somewhere if it does. I can't remember. I don't think it does. But it does have the cutout for the front camera also. So if you do have that, my TRD off-road does not. Let's go ahead and get this install started, and we're going to be starting in the engine bay. So let me get that open. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove anything that's attached to the bumper up here. So that's like this. There's all these little clips. For me, I have an HPS intake on this side. Otherwise, you'll have just the OEM intake here, and the clips are exactly the same as all these other ones. So I can show you these clips first. You just kind of take these, press at the center, you'll hear click, and then you just either pry it up from the side, or you can, in this case, you can just push it up from the bottom, and they come out just like that. So it's pretty easy. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for all of these. Make sure you don't lose these. They kind of fly everywhere if you let them. So kind of just go around and push. See, like these, it's kind of hard to get to, so you might need to get a little pick, get underneath it, lift it up. Normally I would just leave them in, but when the panel pops out, a lot of times the clips will just fly everywhere and then you lose them. So ask me how I know. I almost lost a few when I was installing this intake. So now all the clips are done. This panel right here, we have 8 clips. So after those 8 clips are removed, just lift this up and get under there. These 2 are the ones that attach to the bumper, so you have to remove those, and it just makes it a little bit easier because we are going to have to do some wiring back here. Now for my intake on this side is have these little 8mm hexes to remove this top piece, and then I can remove this little cover plate. Alright, so I got those removed. Now we can take off this little top panel, exposing the intake, which is always nice to see. And then I can go ahead and just take out this little piece right here, and now we have access to this whole front bumper area. So now that we have that removed, there's a couple things we need to release. Now for me, I do have the fang lights. So let me pop my camera out. So for me, it'll be a little bit different because I have these lights. So I have them wired up behind here. It's kind of hard to see. So for me, I'll have to undo those, and then let me put the camera back in, and then I'll show you which one of these clips, because we have to unplug stuff. So let me put the camera back. So we got everything out. Now the ones that we'll be disconnecting, the wires, are these 3 right here. So there's just 3 3 little clips stacked on top of each other. Now the video that I did reference had one on this side over here, kind of in this area. I don't have that clip, so I'm curious what that is. Might be some like front camera something. That's what I'm assuming. But since we are messing with electrical stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So just disconnect the negative. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put my 12 down. And if you want to pick up a 10, you can, because we will need that shortly. Let's go ahead and disconnect these. They just have little tabs you push down on, and you can kind of wiggle the clip out. Okay, so now that we've got those 3 done, we are done with all the electrical stuff. So take your ratchet. It's going to be 3 different 10mm bolts. There's one here, and then one right in the center here, right in front of you, and then one on the right side over here. So I'll start over here. Just take those 10. All right, so we got those 3. Those to the side. So now we are ready to pop out the sides of the bumper. So I'll show you on one side, but it's identical on both sides. So let me go reposition the camera. We'll be over on the driver's side. All right, so now we're here on the driver's side fender. So what we're going to be looking for is these clips, or these bolts right here. So there are supposed to be 2 clips right here. I took them out whenever I did the fang light install because I needed to get behind this fender liner, and I just never put them back. But normally there's these little flathead clips. You can remove those, and then there's one more right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unscrew these real quick. Just take your 10mm again. So in there, and then we put the camera down, and then we can pop this panel out. So now we should be able to take this panel, kind of pop it out. It feels like you're breaking something, but I promise you're not. And then what we're looking for is there's one Phillips head screw right up here. So let me go get my screwdriver. Just take a normal Phillips head, and you can kind of tuck that down and back, and then unscrew this. That screw is really in there. All right, yep, so there's that Phillips. So now we're done on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then there are going to be some underneath the truck that we're gonna have to work on. So give me a second. All right, so got the other side done, and now we just have the ones underneath. There are actually 6. So we have 2 here on the side, so one here, 2 in the middle. There is one, they're kind of tucked up behind this, so there's one here, one here, so that's 4, and then 2 more on the other side. So one here, and then one up here, somewhere. Where'd it go? Yeah, one up there. So we'll just do those 6 real quick, and then we should be ready to pull the bumper off. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, so as you can see, I undid a couple more of the bolts that are holding this fender on. I think I took out another 2 kind of back in this area just to give you more room, because you do have to pull. There's a clip right here, so you can kind of, if you have small fingers, you can kind of get your finger in there and kind of just yank on it. It's pressure, and it'll pop like that. It feels like you're breaking something, but hopefully I didn't. And I did the same on the other side. And then now, apparently, I should be able to start working this bumper off. So, let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So, these are actually clips. So, normally they're over those bolt holes. So let me put it back to where it was. So they're kind of like that. So if you lift up right here, you can kind of release the bumper. So you can see it releasing. One on that side, one on this side. And let me go put the camera down again. This is what's nice about the DJI stuff, is they have these magnetic mounts. So you really just snap it in place, and that's exactly where it was before. But now I think this should come off. Right. Alright, I think that's it. I'll make sure I'm not snagging the wires. And there you go, it is off. Now, let me go reposition the camera. Okay, well there you go. That was a little spooky. You know, trying to make sure I don't snag any wires or anything here. Look at my terrible cable management job. I just zip tied it to whatever this little cross member is. But I have a little area over here to set the bumper down so I don't scratch the front. So let's get it moved over, and then we'll start taking this apart, because there are some things behind this grill that we're gonna have to remove. So I ended up taking a little break just to make myself a cup of coffee. So it's like 9 in the morning or something right now. But it's kind of cool seeing all the how all the wiring is done, and like you see the intercooler there and your AC. I don't know, just kind of cool seeing behind the bumper. But if we put our coffee down and go over to the bumper, it's also pretty cool. So this is your grill shutter. Apparently a lot of these, or not a lot of these, but they fail sometimes. But also cool to see is the Baja 686 brackets, and how they mounted up, and how that this is the housing for the S1. It fits perfectly in there, which is pretty cool to see how they fit it in there. No trimming required. I'll put a link to this as well. It's pretty cool. But back to the task at hand. Let's go ahead and I'll put the camera back on the tripod, and we're going to be removing these 6 10mm bolts to get this grill shutter off. Alright, so now that we got that done, let's go ahead and lift up. Make sure we did already get this disconnected. This just connected to here, but we undid that earlier. I can just lift up on that. Put that off to the side. Now, if you do have the front camera bracket, it would be here. On mine, I do not have that front camera, so which also explains why I didn't have that connector that was on this side. All that's left is these little tabs. So if you look like kind of on the sides, you can kind of see these little black tabs. So if you pop all of these out, then the bumper the grill should just fall right through. Okay, finally got the grill separated, and it honestly took a couple minutes, maybe like 20 minutes, trying to wrestle with this thing until I realized that this front, in my case white, so there's this front piece, and then sandwiched between the actual bumper and that white piece is the grill. So if you take a look at it, all around the perimeter there are these little Phillips head screws. So undo all of those screws first, and then you'll have to remove, I just completely removed the little vent that's right here that has my my lights. So just remove those, because this is connected here. And then just go around and then pop every one of the clips. So the black, and then in my case, there were these white ones that are connected to the front face of the bumper. So after you remove all of the screws, remove both the fang lights, and pop all of the clips with your pry tool, or I had to use a screwdriver to get a little bit more leverage sometimes. After that, then the bumper separates from the grill, from the trim piece. So now, let me put the camera back and then we can remove that front grill. Man, let me tell you, that took a little bit to figure out, but that's the perks of doing it for the first time. So there you go. Now we have our old front grill. So let's go ahead and see if we can pop back in the new one, and hopefully it fits. Let's go ahead and try to put this in. We'll just line up all the clips and then line up that white face, and then hopefully everything will just snap back into place. So here we go, I suppose. So, got that in. Let's pop in all of these clips. Now that that is in, that is all in. Now we have to reattach this front face. Okay, so now we can take our first look at the completed grill. Just gonna move it up like that. And I'd say that looks pretty good. All the body lines line up. So this is that grill piece that I was talking about, where it's sandwiching the grill and that back plate. But I'd say that looks pretty good. Okay, so all the lights are installed. We're gonna go ahead and put all these Phillips head screws back. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and put the shutter back on. So the plug side faces, if you're looking at it from the back, the plug is going to end up in this corner, so that we can plug it back in. Just kind of line up. There's some little posts that it lands on. So just kind of shuffle stuff around until it lands in the correct place. All right. So the wiring on the Raptor lights kind of interferes with the little flaps. There's little rubber flaps. All right, so now you take your 6 10mm bolts. These are the silver ones that we took out. All right, so I think that is it. We might have to mess with these Raptor lights, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and plug that back in since that can be there. And let's go ahead and move the camera and get this grill back, or not grill, get this bumper back on. Okay, now this is the part that I think we are gonna have some trouble. So let me make it as easy as I can. Get these wires tucked out of the way. So I know, so there's this down here. So these 3 clips, we have 2 up here, and then we just have to line up the sides somehow. So let me just go ahead and give it a shot, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so that looks kind of correct. Okay, so I at least got these top ones in. So one there, one there. I think if I push on this, this should clip in. Okay. Okay, so that clipped. This on the side. And it should snap. And I think that looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and get all of this buttoned up, and it's just, literally just the same as before when we were taking it apart. Except we're putting it back together. So just give me a few minutes, I'll be right back. And there you go, look at that. It looks pretty good. So next up is wiring. So we left this panel off. So now, as you can see, we have all of our connectors and stuff sticking out. So we'll go ahead, this one is for the light bar, this is for the Raptor light. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go down and plug everything that I have already in, and then I'll move the camera and then show you how I'm gonna wire up this, which is very similar to all of our other light videos because I have this this aux beam. All right. So we got our wires. This is for the light bar, and I love these little ferrule connectors. You can see I have a whole kit. It comes with a little crimping tool too. So what I love about these is it takes, like, if you have like stranded wire like this, and it kind of goes everywhere. Instead of like twisting it up, you can kind of just put it in this little connector, and then take your tool. Hopefully this is in focus, and then crimp it. And now you have a nice little connector to plug in. Now you don't have all these wires everywhere. So let me go ahead and do the other one, and then I'll show you how I wired up up to the fuse box. All right, so pro tip, if it doesn't look like your mic is connected, it's not. So I just filmed this whole summary part and didn't even have my audio on. So to recap, grill is on. I did end up wiring the Raptor lights and the light bar together. I didn't really like the way that it looked with just the Raptor lights as running lights. I'm personally not really a big fan of, like, if you have like the off-road lights with the running lights feature, just running those like every day. So anything that's not really OEM, I didn't really want to run as running lights. So these are tied together, and as you can see, these are the lights, the wire for the lights here. So there's 3 there, then it all runs underneath here, and then into my aux beam switch panel. So I kind of just have to tidy this up a little bit and put some of these wires together just so it looks a little bit better. But that's really it. We of course put my intake cover on. We put this this little area cover on, and these clips are easy. Whenever you remove them, you kind of just pop the clip out and then push it in, and then and then whenever it's back, then it's flush like that. But that's it. It really wasn't too terrible. We had to figure out a few things, kind of like the clips here. I didn't realize this was a separate piece than the back, of course. And overall, it took maybe like 2 hours, and that was with like filming and figuring out stuff and taking things apart and putting things back together because I didn't like it. But yeah, let me go ahead and put the camera down, and we'll take a look at what it looks like with the car running. So there you go. We have our Raptor lights, our light bar, of course the OEM fogs, the Baja Design S1s, and you can't really see it, but the S2s are on the mirror. So that kind of wraps up what my plans are for right now as far as lighting goes. I do want a roof rack with a light bar up there too, just for more lighting for whatever reason. But that's a video for another day. And honestly, this was a really fun project. It was cool seeing like what's behind the bumper and what all the wiring is back there. I kind of figuring it all out, and honestly, it looks really good. So all the links to everything that I talked about, including the grill, the Baja Design brackets, the Baja Design lights, the aux beam, everything will be in the description. So go ahead and check that out down there. And of course, do all the like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to show my own channel. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully, after I edit, this video is not too long. We'll see. I try to keep it not terribly long. But hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And yeah, I don't know what we're gonna work on next. I think next might be, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And if you're working on this yourself, hopefully this video was helpful. So I'll see you guys next time.